At the 2023 Dubai Airshow, there was a lot of discussion around Emirates and just what aircraft they would decide to purchase. After a commitment to almost 100 Boeing planes, attention switched towards Airbus aircraft. Now, they were never going to commit to the A380, which is no longer produced, but we know that the carrier does already have existing orders for the A350 series, and many believed a top-up of an order would make a lot of sense for the company, maybe even a deal for the A350-1000. We'll see. During the airshow, we learned that Emirates has remained pretty unhappy with Rolls Royce and the engine featured on the A350-1000, not to be mistaken for the Dash 900 that they ordered only yesterday. Emirates' president, Sir Tim Clark, is known for his honesty when expressing feelings on aircraft programs and companies. On the sidelines of the airshow, Clark said the engine featured on the A350-1000, which is the Rolls Royce Trent XWB-97, isn't doing what the company wants it to do. As a result, the president said it wouldn't place an order for the A350-1000 until improvements were visible. Or they could say agree on a deal for the very popular high-capacity variant to the ever-reliable A350 program. Emirates, as I touched on, already has a commitment for the A350-900, which was strengthened yesterday. Deliveries are expected to commence next year, with them concluding in the early stages of 2028. However, with over 200 aircraft in service, the airline is now in the process of reviewing not just its current fleet, but also its future fleet, which is why we have seen so many recent commitments. As a result, the potential inclusion of an A350-1000, as yes, a advancement on its existing commitment, appears to be for many a natural progression. However, Emirates requests certain guarantees before it would commit itself to the variant. Primarily, the concerns are around the engine rather than the plane itself. It likes the A350 series, just not the engine powering the Dash 1000. The company says it wants a guarantee of up to 2,500 cycles on the wing for the engine, and at a maintenance cost per hour that is adequate for the company. This is something that Rolls-Royce is not reaching at this point, and they're aware of that. But before any commitment will be made by the airline, it just wants the manufacturer to ensure that it can meet the airline's requests. While concerns aren't present for the engine powering the A350-900, the Dash 1000 is deemed as unsuitable. While improving the engine is part of Rolls-Royce's work as a company, it believes that Emirates' stance is rather harsh. Air Insight reported on the third day of the Dubai Airshow that Emirates and Airbus were in deep discussions for an A350-1000 order, even going as them reporting saying that a deal would be announced yesterday for the Dash 1000. We know that the airline eventually committed to just additional A350-900s, really keeping it safe and notably not including the high-capacity variant. Ultimately, what this can tell us is the company is still unhappy with the Dash 1000, but we shouldn't believe everything that is said. As I commented on over on X or Twitter, when we see executives from carriers based in the Middle East commenting on aircraft, you should take normally their opinions with a grain of salt, as it is very much subject to change. Emirates, though, is not a stranger to discussions around enhanced engine performance, with persistent talk of a new engine option for the A380. The airline believes that improving the engines on the A380's body would significantly cut costs for them and improve operating the flagship. Thanks to further development at engine manufacturers, implementing this technology on the 380's base could actually be a game changer for their own operations. However, Airbus has remained standoffish, and following the A380 program's closure with production ceasing, it isn't really keen to launch this endeavor. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you believe the A350-1000 will one day be a part of Emirates' fleet, or do you genuinely think that the engines just won't be what the airline is after? You can let me know down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support. Please take care and be safe, and I'll see you next time. And we'll fly.